Welcome back to another one. In this episode, we're going to be talking about stalemates, how they happen, and then what happens if a stalemate occurs, and what are the differences between a stalemate and it not being a stalemate. Here we go. All right, let's talk about this for a sec. So right now, I'm on the black, and that's how the balls are landed for some god-awful reason. Is this a stalemate? No, it's not, because there's an actual path around to the black ball. So why isn't it a stalemate? Because the white ball can actually travel all the way around without hitting a red. So if you can do that, then it's not a stalemate. So this is a really good way to work out if you're in a stalemate position or not. You can actually just do that. Obviously, maybe get the ref to do it. But if this was over a little bit like that, now it's locked in there and it can't move anywhere, then that's a stalemate. And it's a re-rack, and then the same person to break again, whoever broke that frame to begin with. So it's a really good, simple way of figuring it out. Even though you can't, with the cue, like try and actually hit it into the cushion, make it turn this way with spin, and then all the way around, even though it's impossible to do that. Well, let's say it's 99% impossible, because I'm sure someone will give it a go and somehow try it. Then yeah, it's that's not a stalemate. So if this was something like this, and these are out the way, again, is that a stalemate? No, it's not, because I can get the white ball and the white ball can come around and hit the black. All right, and again, if this was over like that, now it can still go through like that. So it's still not a stalemate. But if I then move it over a bit more, now you can see that there is no room there, no room there, so that's a stalemate. Another situation, if the black ball was covered in a way like this, and you could get out like that, but you can't actually hit the black ball, then it's instantly a stalemate, because I'm on the 8 ball and I can't actually physically get to it. So it's a stalemate. Right, so another good example here as well. In this situation, the white ball can actually fit in between there. So if the yellow is potted, then the person that's on yellows, if they make their way over to here, they can actually pot the black, but it's very, very tricky potting the black without hitting the red. So maybe yellows doesn't want to pot that ball. So if you're on reds, you can obviously play the changeover shot, or if you wanted to force a stalemate, you can play red into the cushion like that. Now your opponent's on yellows, and now it's an instant stalemate, and it's re-rack the balls. So that's another option you can do. But most of the time, doing this kind of option, regardless of even if these balls are like this or they're out in the open, I'm not sure why you would actually want a stalemate, because most of the time when they foul, you get ball in hand and you can sort of do what you want from there anyway. So, but that's a way you can actually force a stalemate. If you wanted to re-rack the frame and start again, maybe you don't like the way the balls are positioned in the frame or whatever, you can actually do something like this, providing they've only got one ball on the table, because obviously if they've got a second ball, then the stalemate only happens if you can maneuver that ball around and you can't hit their other ball. So pretty much when there's only one ball on the table and you can stop your opponent from hitting it, then that's a stalemate. So I hope these couple of little scenarios show you in a way now how to identify a stalemate or not. Here's another one similar to the first, sort of the other way around. So pretty much you can see that if you picked up the white ball, you can bring it all the way around and then under, and you can hit the black. And again, if that one was down, now there's no path. Can't get under there, can't get through there, so that's a stalemate. Put that back, move that back up, that's not a stalemate. If this was over even more, made it harder for me, I can still get out, that's fine, that's not a stalemate. And again, if this was covered, now I can't get out, that's a stalemate. Regardless of what happens over here, I can't actually get out. So again, I think it's pretty simple with explained like this. I hope that helps. The thing about the stalemate is you don't have to actually physically play the shot. You've just got to move it around with your hand. And if you can actually find that path, then it's not a stalemate. So many times I think what people got confused with was the fact that it was impossible to play the shot and then it should be a stalemate. But unfortunately with these rules, if you can't, doesn't matter if you can't play the shot, if you physically pick up the white ball and move it and you can hit the ball, then it's not a stalemate. So I wonder how many times I've said stalemate in this video. Here's another situation here, pretty unique. I'm on red balls. My opponent obviously is on the yellows. Yes, I can play yellow, I can play red onto the yellows, maybe play a changeover, leave him on one yellow. But what I can do over here, maybe a bit earlier, I can actually block the black ball. Now, if he pots all his yellows and doesn't move this, it's instantly a stalemate because he can't, remember, get through to the 8 ball. So, because I'm probably in a little bit of trouble here with the way the red balls are over the 8 ball, I'm going to sort of give myself a second chance at the game. Cover that. So now, if he wants to pot out, he actually has to do something here first before he pots his last ball. Because if he doubles that and pots that and doesn't move or have an opening, then it's instantly game over and the frame restarts. So again, we've been playing these rules now nearly 2 years and haven't really seen a situation like this yet. So it is very rare, but hopefully after this video, you will understand a little bit more about the, a stalemate, how it works, and if it benefits you in a game or not. And if it has before benefited you in the game, let us know. Leave it in the comments. Let us know the situation. And I'd like to know, I'd like to hear about it. And again, if you've got any more ideas about videos, send them through, and I'll try and put them out here as well. So I had someone the other day message me and say, how do we play doubles off the back rail into the center pockets? Again, I just go off feel. A lot of people have their ways of lining up the shot. I go off feel and a lot of practice. It is a very hard shot, and the only time I would actually use it is possibly maybe on a shot like that. The only reason is, and if you watched in the previous videos on black ball safety, I get a good white, as you can see there, and if I do miss, there's a good chance that I miss and it comes out, and it's still going to be a very hard shot. Or it might miss to there, or I might hit it here and then it come out. So either way, if I miss, I have a chance at winning the frame, and if I don't pot it, I'm a chance to leave him a hard shot anyway. So you can see, good white, hard shot. Try again. The last thing you want to do is hit it soft. So you can see how I've hit it at a nice pace and I've just missed it, and look at it. It's still very, very hard. Now, I know a lot of people say, oh yeah, you're giving them a chance. At the end of the day, If you put $100 on the table and have a crack at that, I'm happy for you to have a crack at that however many times you want. And I can tell you now, the money's gonna be in my favor more than it will be yours. So it's all about percentage, and that is a very hard shot under pressure. And you can see I've played it a few times now, and they have actually turned out quite safe. So that's possibly wide again. Now that's not cuttable. And now if I try and pop that, I'm going to go in off. So you can see, again, I've had another crack at it. I've had a crack at winning the frame, and I've got a good safety. So one thing you don't want to do, obviously, is play it too soft. If you play it too soft, you know, you could stick it up, and then they could roll it in. But even then, I played it really bad, and it was a hard shot. So thank you for that message. I hope that clears it up a little bit. And if you like what you see, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.